Ferrari has revealed the launch date for its 2019 car, internally codenamed the 670, as February 15, 3 days before the start of pre-season testing. Ferrari team principal Maurizio Arrivabene made the announcement at the Auto Sprint Awards in Milan last week, stating preparations are in hand, but stopped short of talking up its chances for next season. We have some information from the guys who work on the simulator, but it's still too early to talk about performance, he said. The launch will come 2 days after that of Racing Point F1, which will unveil its new look and new name at the Canadian International Auto Show in Toronto, with the squad now owned by the Lawrence Stroll-led consortium. Mercedes' Toto Wolff has admitted the squad is leaving no stone unturned in its quest for a 6th straight F1 World Championship double, including the use of sports psychologists.
Here we go.
F1 teams have generally shunned the use of coaches, despite them being commonplace in sports like tennis and golf. But Mercedes is recognizing their importance in ensuring well-being for its 1,800 employees, along with nutrition, sleep, medical support, and even sport. In a modern, advanced organization like a sports team that is traveling to 21 Grands Prix every year, you need to be aware that the humans are your key resource, he said. Haas's Romain Grosjean was one of the first F1 drivers to admit he'd used a sports psychologist in rebuilding his confidence after a nightmare 2012. When his then fast but erratic style led to a multi-car pileup at the Belgian Grand Prix and a one-race ban.
We used engineers to set up the car, we used trainers to get our body fit, while we didn't use psychologists to get our mental side right.
Daniel Ricciardo has admitted his final season with Red Bull was a tough one, having lost sleep over reliability issues, with his 8 DNFs from 21 races, more than any other driver. Ricciardo's difficult run was worst through mid-season, with the Australian enduring 4 retirements from 6 races. But he has since named Mexico, which was DNF number 8, as his and the team's lowest point, with neither side wanting to blame the other. We were all hurting, and it was none of our fault. There were a few grown men tearing up, just heartbroken, he said. Ricciardo's year started in supreme style, with wins in China and Monaco, but those were the only times he stepped onto the podium all season.
Won 2 out of the first 6 races, and it was like, we might even be in the chance for a title this year. And it's been pretty terrible since then. But look, it's obviously got me down at times, but I'm certainly still upbeat. I'm still fighting.
McLaren's Fernando Alonso says time spent racing other cars helped him trounce Stoffel Van Dorn in qualifying this year 21-0. The double F1 world champion raced at Daytona in January and had 2 full-time drives, in F1 with McLaren and with Toyota's LMP1 squad in the World Endurance Championship. The number 8 car that he shares with Sebastian Buemi and Kazuki Nakajima at the top of the standings with 3 rounds to go. All of which has provided him with a deeper perspective on racecraft. The overall concepts of different philosophies, I think it helps you as a driver, he said. And the numbers tell the story. Alonso's 21-0 whitewash against Van Dorn was a perfect score. Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel and Sauber's Charles Leclerc getting closest, with 17-4 against their respective teammates. F1 is set to make the sport more attractive for new entrants by enshrining in its future regulations the need for existing power unit manufacturers to share technology and components when asked. The sport's state-of-the-art power unit is a significant barrier to entry, not only in terms of complexity, but also cost, something that has prevented Aston Martin, Porsche, and Cosworth from joining. If we start to get serious interest from another manufacturer or supplier, they have to cooperate to find ways of helping that manufacturer come into F1, Ross Brawn said. theinsideline.com for everything Formula One.